Hey guys, welcome to my channel here, Ride and Drive. This is a new channel for me, but what I made it for is because I wanted to show you this, my Trailmaster. It's an MB200-2, so it's a little older model than the Hurricane, which is newer. But what I've done with it is I've added the front brake kit from Go Power. Very handy store. Got the fuel tank, came pre-painted, got that from there. I'm running a aftermarket 30 series torque converter, cheapy for, I don't know, 50, 60 bucks. But I modified it a little bit. So what are you looking at here? Well, I said this was an MB200, but it's actually a little bit more. So let me swing around here and show you. I've done a few mods to it, but well, now it's an MB301. So there you have it. I got a Predator 301 in it, and I did this a little bit different than what I've been seeing on YouTube, and so that's basically why I'm making this video, because I wanted to share what I did and kind of how I did it. This is my own exhaust pipe in there I made. This aftermarket, just a little slip-on. I got that from Amazon, I think. This already came with the rear disc, so by adding the front, yeah, I'm loving that. But I modified my air intake, as you can see, heavily. I kind of kept the carburetor for now. I've got it jetted up, by the way. It's got a stock 390 jet in it. So it's basically two sizes bigger than the 301 size that came with it, and it's just now starting to turn my spark plug tan. So I'm going to leave it at that. This is my custom let's call it a splash guard over my round air cleaner that came with the engine, and yeah, that's a tin can on top. I customized that, and it's fitting over my my round filter with the foam pre-filter there, and it seems to work pretty good. You only got so much room when you go to a 301, obviously. I also moved the pegs. There's a set in the front that it comes with, and then, as you know, some of you that have this, there's a set towards the back. So I cut that off, and I know these are kind of slippery, but I don't ride much in the wet, so I don't care. But I just welded that about in the middle of my I don't know what you call that subframe under there. And I've been running it like that for, I don't know, hundreds of miles, so it's working pretty good. I kind of welded these on at an angle, so if you fall over, they kind of fold, which sometimes I'll lay it down if I go around a corner too fast. So I did use seeing a young fella zip tie the governor spring on YouTube, genius. So yeah, I'm doing that, and so yeah, I've just got a real simple setup here. With my throttle, I just overcome the governor. It's not hard, and I do it that way. Yeah, a lot of people, you can take them out and all that, but that's working for me pretty good right now. So what I want to do in future videos, if you're interested, a lot of people put these 301s in, and they're redoing the subframe down there. They're mounting plates, different motor mounts, and things like that. Believe it or not, those are still the two stock subframe struts underneath there holding this engine up. And the reason I wanted to keep that, because the original, those are rubber mounted. They got a bolt holding them in the front. Let me see, right there. That bolt goes right, they go all the way through. I know it's kind of sucks trying to see that, but that subframe is rubber mounted in the front and in the back. There's one more bolt holding it, and I get hardly no vibration through my handlebars, even with this big 301. Stock exhaust, cast iron manifold, got chopped, 1-inch pipe, and yeah, I just MIG welded that on, believe it or not, and it didn't crack or anything. So I don't know what I did right there, but I don't think it's too bad. And I just got the pipe barely bent, runs straight through. In other words, kind of crosses over under the seat, and comes out. I got another bend right here, and then I got this slip-on, and I welded on a bracket right here, and this slip-on stainless hardware here to come with it. That was about 40 bucks. And then I got some really nice aftermarket shocks here. I can get you the name of those if you're interested, but those were 60 bucks, and those are actually, unlike the original, these are oil filled, and these really work well. I go 240, and I have no trouble cruising around at whatever speed, and I don't have to worry about hurting my back and everything, so those really work well. And then I've got a slightly extra spacers up here in the fork tube, maybe an inch, I can't remember, to just make this a little bit stiffer. This they claim this to be designed for 200 pounds, so I didn't, and I believe that. They got pretty nice oil-filled shocks in the front here, and I just added a little bit of spacer in there to make up the difference of me. So that's where I'm at. In a future video, I want to show you, actually I might just throw it in this video, I'll show you how I mounted that engine using the stock subframe underneath there without a big to-do. And I've been running this for hours and hours, and it works really well. I got a 10 tooth in the front, and I got a 60 in the back, the old pie plate. And I deviated. Most people want to rev these things to the moon, which is just fine. I kind of like to pitter-putter around, and I like that old little Harley sound. So I put a set of pink Comet springs in the driver clutch, and they're real light. I'm using the stock zinc weights, and those engage at 18. So basically, when I start this thing up, it idles at about 1570. Just a hair bit on the throttle, and she putters on out. But this engine is rated at, if you look over here on the box, here's my box, 301. And I'm not sure, I'm not an expert with this stuff, but I do know it says there, maximum torque, 14.9 foot-pounds. Maximum RPM, 3,600. I'm not a big Governor fan, I ain't gonna lie to you. This bypass system was one of the first things I did. There's that zip tie action there, and that effectively bypasses that Governor so that you can hold it open. But once I went to those pink springs and the 10 tooth going back to the 60, it putters away smartly, quietly. I don't like a real noisy, oh here we go thing, but it's got it's got torque out the yin, because it's running about 2,700 most of its range. Even when I get up to 40 miles an hour, I'm only going 29. No, wait a minute, that's a lie. I'm going closer to about 35, 3,600. So I'm not even getting close to revving this thing to the moon. And I think for me, the engine's going to last longer. I just putter around my fields, and but this thing's got so much torque, and I've got big hills in the back. I don't know, they're probably 45 degrees, and it'll go right up them like nothing, any speed I want. I can go slow, and of course the torque converter's not engaged there fully, so it goes right up like I got a 1060 and lots of torque. Or I can go up to 20 miles an hour, and it automatically adjusts. So I don't know, that works for me. I've added a the old bicycle speedometer, And oops, I don't know what that is. And then I got a tachometer. So that's what I got. I'm going to, like I said, let me throw some, I think I'll throw some pics in here and I'll show you how I mounted that. And let me know if there's anything else from this that you want to learn about. This is a sweet setup, and it cost me very little additional money other than the motor here to mount it. Because like I said, I made my own air cleaner. I did buy an aftermarket setup, but I got a little thing about, oh, here it is over here. Try not to get sick on me here. But I've got this, an adapter, and I got this big, way nice air cleaner, and I put it on. I ain't gonna lie to you. Oops, where is it? Here it is. I put it on. Of course, you take this off and you put this, and it sticks out like this. You've seen the pictures and the YouTubes. And that does work good, but the only thing is, oh, I might lay it down and that's going to crunch us pretty good. Plus, it kind of gets in the way of my leg. This isn't too bad where I got it tucked in, just stock. But like I said, I bandsawed most of that plastic out of the way. And I'm even utilizing the original, the breather coming out of the head, the valve cover. And that's taking care and recycling the vapors just like normal, so I don't even have to put an extra little filter on that. And performance-wise, I couldn't be happier with this engine. Like I said, stock, it's putting out, what I say, 14 and a half at 14.9. And honestly, I couldn't find what that range was. On the other Predators, they're talking torque range is whatever it is, it's at 2,500 RPMs. Well, that's not much past idle on these things. And I think you're getting 7.5 on a 212 stock, which is what I used to have on this. So by putting this 301 on here, it's rated at 8 horsepower, but I've over doubled my torque. And that really does make a difference with this thing. And believe it or not, when I bought this 30 series converter for it, I just bought it with the 1-inch shaft, which is what this 301 comes with, and it bolted right up. And I'm not shredding any belts or anything. I personally feel that the high RPM driven clutch engagements contributes a lot to frying some of these belts. And maybe it's just, hot rod, and I don't know, but that's fine too. Who doesn't like to do that? Belts aren't too expensive. But so far, this thing engages so fast that it's not. And with the big sprocket in the back, I'm not seeing a bunch of belt slippage at all. So I can take this thing from 0 to well, it goes from 0 to 30 in a matter of seconds. And I can get it up to 40, and I'm not slipping a belt or anything. And that's about the scope of where I ride around my fields. I normally never get above 30, 35 anyway. But that's just the setup I'm using. Later video, if anybody's interested, I can putter this thing around, and you can hear it run. And even going down 25 miles an hour, it's only revving 2,500 RPMs. I'm right at my torque, and it's chugging along. It sounds like a little mini Harley or something. So I really like it, and I just thought I'd share that. I am in the middle of, real soon, going to put an electric start on this. I bought a kit on the OE of Bay, and I'm going to be installing that along with some the charging coils. So stay tuned for that. I'll be adding that electric start because this thing starts on the first pull typically, but I'm plus 60, and I wouldn't mind just, turning a key or pushing a button. So I'm going to go that route. And for $100, why not? Plus the battery. Of course, the battery was 30, so a little over $100 is going to get me starting this thing when my shoulder doesn't feel like yanking on that cord too much. So I will make a video of that install. And for right now, yeah, this is my first video of this, and I just wanted to show you where I'm at so far, and then I'll post some pictures of what I did here And let me know if y'all have any questions or comments, of course. And that's my little X-Pro 250 back there. Believe it or not, I don't I don't ride this as much. I love riding this. Who doesn't like getting on it, twisting the throttle, and going? No gears. But yeah, they're both fun. But all right, I'm out. I just wanted to share this part with you so far, and we'll go from here. Thanks a lot for watching.